الرحمن الرحیم. سلام علیکم. I am an Eastern mother.
And I'm a Western child.
I was born and raised in Islamic country.
I was born and raised in the United States.
In my country, all women must wear hijab.
I'm the only one that wears hijab at my school.
I speak Turkish.
I speak English.
When I was a child, I like physical activities.
I like physical activities, but I also like video games and Snapchat.
There are too many gaps, differences, generation gaps, cultural gaps. What should I do? How can I fill these gaps? How can I make a bridge for these gaps? How can I make a great relationship with my children? How can I prevent my children from the problems and crimes that the children and youth in the United States are faced with that? With a search in the internet, you see the different problems that the teenagers in the United States are catched because of that, because of homicide, suicide, rape, robbery, substance abuse. As a parents, all of us want our children be a good physician, good engineer, good teacher, good designer. But how many of us want our children be a good Muslim? Please raise your hands. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. What's the solution? I did some research in the different areas. And I categorized my solutions in different packages. First, I did research in counseling and psychology resources. My second package, I did interview with the parents who were successful in this area. And my third solutions are indirect Islamic solutions. Counselors and psychologists believe that the first step is building trust. By being active listener, using eye contact, tell truth, keep promises, validate the children's emotions. After you build trust, share your stories with them from your childhood, from your friends, your activities, even your mistakes. But be careful of sharing over mistakes because that's risky. Also, counselors believe that trip and vacation are useful. In the travel, you will learn a lot about your similarities and dissimilarities. Counselors believe that parents should be up to date themselves. Spend time with your children for watching new movies, but right movies. Learn new techniques. Imam Ali alayhi salam says that لا تكرهوا أولادكم على آدابكم فإنهم مخلوقون لزمان غير لزمانكم. That means don't force your children for the activities, for your traditional habits, because they are the people for the future. The last one was pray together. That I really like this one. Spend time with your children for reading religious materials. Alhamdulillah, if you go to websites of the Sunday schools, there were really good resources about akhlaq, about fiqh, history, and also make your home environment like a masjid and have a jama'at prayer. Your children should see jama'at prayer from their childhood. Now the turn is my second package, and that's my field research that I had interviewed with the successful parents who were able to raise children in the United States as a strong Muslim. Some of them suggested me that the Islamic schools and Sunday schools are really good because that's the secure environments and your children can build their identity over there, and also they can gain more Islamic knowledge. Some of them recommended that parents themselves should be role models. This reminds me of a story. Someone asked an alim that when I should start upbringing, tarbiyat. I actually couldn't find the exact synonym for tarbiyat in English. I say upbringing my children. Alim answered that 20 years before the birth of the child. That means we should start from ourselves. I really like this sentence. Our children are what we are, not what we want. And some parents recommended that avoid putting too much pressures on the children, because in the hidden they will do what they want, and that's very dangerous. My third package is really, I like it, is indirect Islamic solutions. Alhamdulillah for having two invaluable gifts that Allah gave us, Quran and Ahlul Bayt. They teach everything about children. For example, nursing children with wuzu have really positive effect on the children. I have focused on two important ones. One of them is halal rizq. Sometimes we see that we follow the old counselors' recommendations and we register our children in the Islamic schools. But our children doesn't listen to right word. What's the problem? Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says that the effect of haram income appears in the generation. I want to link this speech to Imam Hussein and Ashura. He says that what happened to you? Why you don't listen my right words? That's because you fill your stomach with haram food and Allah has locked on your heart. The other one is parents praying. Imam Ali alayhi salam says that there are 4 groups of peoples that their prayer won't be rejected. One of them is al-walidul bar, the prayer of good father about their children. I remember when I was a child, my father always in his qunut said, رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ وَاجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. I have selected a beautiful supplication, dua of Imam Sajjad for his children from Sahifa Sajjadiyya. He says, my Allah, make long their lives for me, increase their terms, bring up the smallest for me, strengthen the weakest for me, rectify for me their bodies, their religious dedication, and their moral traits. Make them well in their souls, their limbs, and everything that concerns me of their affairs. My last verse. Quran has talked a lot in the Quran about the children. For example, al-malu bal-balun zinatul hayat ad-dunya. Wealth and children are the adornment of the life. Also, we have Quranic warning. Quran says, إِنَّ مِنْ أَزْوَاجِكُمْ وَأَوْلَادِكُمْ عَدُوٌّ لَكُمْ. Among your wives and your children, there are enemies for you. Enemy. Why enemy? It's happened that parents are in Sirat al-Mustaqim, in right path. But after children grow up, they prevent parents from their right words, right path. And they prevent them from sadaqah, from homes, from hajj. Yeah, that's enemy for you. And also Quran says in Surah Anfal, وَعْلَمُوا أَنَّمَا أَمْوَالَكُمْ وَأَوْلَادَكُمْ فِتْنَةً. What does it mean, fitna? Fitna means test. And your properties and your children are a test for you. Tafsir al-Mizan says that who will be able to pass this test, Allah will give them the rest of ayah, the great reward for them. Inshallah, all of us will be able to pass this test, and our children will be the follower of Imam Zaman Ajallallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. Please recite aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala